and welcome to another video. I just realized I am accidentally matching my book cart, and that was not planned. I just really love this shirt, so please ignore that. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I will be filling up my TBR cart. This is all the stuff from last year because I want to explain how I use my TBR cart. So basically, I'm a mood reader, so TBRs do not work for me. But sometimes I'm in the mood for a genre and not a specific book. So at the beginning of the year, I fill up my book cart with books that I'm most excited about reading or books that I want to read that year. And then when I'm in the mood for a genre, I go to my book cart. So I'm like, oh, I want a thriller, I pick a thriller. I want a romance, I pick a romance. And as you can see, I didn't read very many books from it last year. There's like some space missing because I don't like refill the cart after I take books from it, but like I didn't do a good job. But maybe I'll do a better job this year. So I'm going to fill the cart and I'm gonna take you along my thought process. Okay, you can't see it. So these are the books I got for Christmas or like bought in December. And those are the books that I took off my book cart from 2023. So some of them are gonna go back on, but I also wanna pull some other books, and like this row behind here is all books that I got this year. Not all the books I got this year, but those are, yeah. So I'm gonna start filling up the cart. Also, the reason the top shelf is empty is because I used to use the top to store my like reading journal supplies, but I haven't done that in a couple years. So I moved them somewhere else to use the top. And so for the top, I'm going to try to set a monthly TBR and then also fill up like the books I read that month in the top thing. So that's why it was empty. So for January, I already started this one, but that's one book I want to read in January. And I'm gonna read the sequel to Divine Rivals. And me and my boyfriend are gonna continue our buddy read of the Red Rising series, so I'll put that up here. And then I usually only can read about 4 physical books a month, and so the 4th one I'm planning on reading is my book club book, which I've ordered and it hasn't arrived yet, so I'm going to put a little book stopper thing on here. I have little Barnes Noble ones. So I'm putting Barnesy on here. And then as I finish books, I will also keep them up here. I like to alphabetize it, but I think I'll just put them on there for now to fill it up and then alphabetize it later. So I started Dune 2022. I don't know. I'm not far into it. I would like to finish it this year, maybe before the movie comes out. Probably not. This is a book me and my boyfriend got to buddy read together, so we'll probably read that depending on if we continue Red Rising or not. I'll go through the books I already had on my cart next, I guess. I keep mass markets just like in the front like this, so I will do those last, but those are all gonna be on the floor. I definitely want to get to Emily Henry this year because I read Happy Place in 2023 and really liked it. I already own Beach Read, so that's one I'll probably start with. I don't know what's wrong with this book. It like got bent, but I really want to start the Shadow and Bone series because I really want to get the Six of Crows and I want to read this first because like I know you don't have to, but like in my head I have to. And if I have like a whole series of something, I only put the first one on the cart or the next one in the series. And I'll just, like, if I continue it, they're like, I have them, but they're not on the cart, you know? I would like to read more classics. And so I started Persuasion in like 2021. Where am I? Yes, so I'm right here. I'm on page 130 something. Also, I made this bookmark for myself. It's Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice, and I drew this and printed it out. I have a graphic design degree, by the way, but I'm not using it. But anyway, so I have her in Persuasion that I haven't picked up in a very long time. Since before I moved out of my mother's house over 2 years ago. So I'll put that on there. Oh, my floor is so hard. I want to read more like nonfiction, and I think the way to get for me to get into nonfiction would be to read like crime stuff. So I got this book for Christmas a couple years ago. It's called Unnatural Causes, and it's like the secondary title is The Life and Many Deaths of Britain's Top Forensic Pathologists. So I think that's interesting. So I'm gonna put that back on my cart. Oh my god, I need something to put my knees on. Okay, that's so much more comfortable. All right. I'm trying to read the Witcher series because I like the show, and I mean, we named our cat after a character. So my boyfriend's read them, and he said I should start with the like short stories because they're like the zeros, you know? And so I read the first one, and then this is like the second one I need to read before I get into the actual series. So I'll put that on the cart as well. I really want to get to Daisy Jones and the Six this year because everyone loves it so much. And I've never read it. And I got a like used copy of an ARC, so that's why it's like an ARC. But yeah, I really want to get to it. I also want to keep reading the Bridgerton books. I read the first two, and the third season's going to be the fourth book. So then I'm like, okay, I got to read the third and the fourth books. This is the third one. Not that I like really follow the book, but I still would like to read it first. The third one is Benedict's story, and I'm sad they skipped over him, so I hope they go back to him in the show. Okay, those are all the ones from the cart from last year that I like definitely want to keep, so I'm gonna go through some of the books I bought this year to like add some of those in. I would like to read Love and Other Words this year because so many people rave about this book, especially like Sarah Crowley. This is one of her favorite books. So I like really want to read this, and I don't know when, but obviously. But it's going on the cart. I also want to read the next book in the Magnolia Parks world, which is The First Days He Hates. Yeah, this is the first one. So I'm gonna put that on the cart. I want to read more of Catherine Center's books. So the next one I have to read is Hello Stranger, which was her new release from 2023. And someone in my book club like annotated it and gave it to me. So I'm like excited to read the book and also see her annotations. Cause like, look how cute the color coordinated tabs are to like the cover. It's kind of tall. Let's put it right here. Also really want to get to Cassandra Clare's new release of 2023. This is her first like non-Shadowhunters book. I mean, she has like middle grade series that aren't Shadowhunters. But this is her first adult high fantasy. And while I'm not like super into high fantasy, I am looking forward to seeing like what she does with it. Now I'm gonna look more through the books I got for Christmas to see if I want to add any of those. I'm excited to start reading from a new author, so I definitely want to put her on the cart. I really want to get into fantasy in 2024, so I did get the first book to read for Throne of Glass, so I'm going to put that on the cart. Wow, this cart's filling up very quickly. But anyway, I really love thrillers, and I didn't read very many good ones in 2023, so I want to try to like read more good ones. So I got another Riley Sager book before Christmas because I read Survive the Night and I liked it enough. And I want to read By a Thread by Lucy Score because she's like a really popular romance author. You know, I guess I'll just put everything I got for Christmas on the cart. You know, that leaves The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. Again, want to get into fantasy. And then Killer Instinct, the second in the Natural series that I want to continue. All right, so I'm going to look at my unread bookcase because this entire bookcase is also unread. So I'm going to see if there's anything on that bookcase that I want to add. Okay, so right now I pulled my next Lisa Joel book to read. I've read 2 of her books. I've read Then She Was Gone and The Night She Disappeared. And it's like, I don't love her writing, but also I'm like really intrigued, and her books are things that like I don't stop thinking about. And so like I want to read more. So I got this one to read next. I really love the Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy, and so I have the little novella to read that takes place, I don't know. I'm thinking between the second and third. I don't know. I need to read this. 2022, me and my boyfriend started like a new tradition that we did not continue in 2023. I'll get to it. Basically, I had the idea that we could like go to a bookstore and like a little Christmas book date where we pick out books for each other, and it's like a Christmas present, but it's also a date. And so like the other one knows what we're picking out and they can like veto it, but ultimately we get to pick it. So in 2022 we did this, and we did not read the books in 2023. Actually, the thing is the one he picked out for me, neither one of us realized it was a sequel, and so I went back and bought the first book, but I still haven't read it. So it is Bringing Down the Duke. So it's like a you know, like a Bridgerton type. I mean, you look at this cover. It's romance set in that time, but it's written modernly. So that's what that is. I'm gonna put that on my cart. I have room for 2 or 3 more books. So I'm gonna add the sequel to Crazy Rich Asians, which is China Rich Girlfriend, because I really liked Crazy Rich Asians. I read it in 2021, so I bought the second and third books and haven't read them yet. So I'm putting that back on my cart. It was on there last year. I'm gonna look at what kind of stuff I have in my cart and see what genres I need to add. I think I'm gonna add 1 romance and 1 thriller to the cart. And I'll just pick from what I had on the cart last year. So I'm just feeling Waiting on Tom Hanks because it just looks kind of fun. So I'm gonna put that one on there. And I think I'll put Can You Keep a Secret for the thriller. Don't know what this is about, but anyway. So I'm thinking that's what the cart's gonna be. And then for the like mass markets that I stack on there, me and my boyfriend started reading the Dark Tower series. I don't know if we're ever gonna finish it because he got like a spoiler for the end, and like that bothers him. Me, I forget spoilers pretty easily, but I have the second one in that series I'll put on there. I have my next Agatha Christie book, gonna leave that one on there too. I have Phantom of the Opera because, you know, it's nice to like read classics, so I'll go ahead and leave that one on there too. I do want to read the next Temperance Brennan book because that's like a series I'm like slowly working through. I read the 4th one in 2023. So I just need to figure out which one's the 5th one because I have a lot of those. I'm just going to look it up. So that's a series that's about a forensic anthropologist, and it has the 23rd book is going to be published in 2024. So I'm on number 5, which is Grave Secrets. So I'm gonna put that one on the cart. Also already on the cart, I had this Chill Factor. It looks like a winter thriller. So I'm gonna put that back on the cart, and maybe I will read that this winter, finally. Who knows? I had this one on the cart already, a thriller. Might as well put it back on there. And I'm perpetually in the middle of a Song of Ice and Fire book, which I'm currently on A Dance with Dragons, and I haven't picked it up in a long time. I started this series when me and my boyfriend started dating, which was almost 5 years ago, because it's his favorite series. And I mean, I made it through 4 books, and these are chunky books, so that's pretty good. When will I get to this one? I don't know, but I'll put it back on the cart. So I think that's all that's gonna fit. I am going to go through and alphabetize it because that's how I want it organized, and then I'll see what it looks like. Actually, it looks like I can get one more book on it. So I'll put one that I bought in 2023 on there. So, and then I always just lay this one on the like second one because that's the one I'm currently reading. And I'll just stack all these on the bottom one. I guess it doesn't really matter if they're off size. That is my book cart setup for 2024. And we'll see if I read books off of it or not. I think I will, because I really filled it with books that I'm like very excited about to read like right now. So I should read some of them, but who knows? But that is my book cart. Thank you for watching me set it up. I don't know if that was like fun or not, but it's a video. And thank you for watching it. And maybe you'll watch more of my videos. Maybe not. I don't know. I hope you watch more. And yeah. Okay. Bye. Oh. Oh my God, what's in my eye? I think it's dust. Okay. Not okay. Okay. Oh my God, what's wrong with my eye? Ow. Okay.